Hey YouTube, what is up? I know I said I was going to make an Invasion of Venom video talking about all the cards we're getting from that set, but it turns out we're getting so many cards from that set that it's literally going to be impossible for me to talk about it all in one video. So what I'm going to do is split it up into the archetypes and make it a little easier, a little quicker to digest, and instead of making one giant like hour-long video, I'll make a few shorter ones and I'll talk about the cards we're getting by their archetype. So I hope you guys enjoy, and here we go. Today, the card we're going to be talking about is Treatoad, or Mochitoad, or Mochikairo, however you want to pronounce it. It is the level 2 XYZ water monster that they just announced for Invasion of Venom. It is a 2200 attack, 0 defense monster, and it requires 2 level 2 aqua type monsters. So right away, I'm thinking this is going to get some play in water decks, because all you gotta do is use Atlantean heavy infantry, which isn't that hard to be honest with you, and you can bring him out pretty quickly. The power creep is really apparent with this card when you read it, and you can see it has some crazy effects. The first effect is during your standby phase, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, special summon 1 frog monster from your deck, except Frog the Jam. It's a good thing to see kind of, I guess, retro support coming in, but this is the only effect on it that you need to detach XYZ materials for, and it's by far the worst. The other 2 effects are absolutely great. So the second effect, which doesn't require detaching, says once per turn during either player's turn, which means it's a quick effect, which means you can do it on your turn and your opponent's. When your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can send 1 aqua type monster from your hand or a face-up from the field to the graveyard. That is cost. You then negate the activation, and if you do, you destroy the activated card, and then you set the destroyed card on your side of the field. So if it was a monster, you take it. If it was a trap or spell, you take it and just set it on your side of the field. That is absolutely crazy. In the middle of battle, if your opponent activates Drowning Mirror Force on you, because this is a quick effect, whenever your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can bait it out, make them activate their Drowning Mirror Force, and then you just take and put it on your side of the field. How absolutely crazy is that? That's pretty broken for 2 level 2 monsters. That is nuts. It has crazy amounts of utility. I mean, I can't even begin to describe how many things you could bait out with this. You could steal your opponent's Twin Twister, but still make them pay the cost by discarding 1 card from hand. There's absolutely crazy plays that are going to go on thanks to this card. And also, because you can send an aqua monster from your hand or side of the field to the graveyard, you can get your water plays going. You can probably, manipulate your graveyard to be able to Mullen Glacius somebody, and then just rip 2 cards from their hand on top of that. And you can just be the dirtiest motherfucker on your turn. So this card is absolutely nuts, not only on your turn, but on your opponent's as well. And it has a third effect too, and it's if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard, add that card to your hand. So like I said before, you can manipulate the number of cards in your graveyard to do the Mullen Glacius play. If this ends up going into the graveyard the turn that you didn't want it to, you can then activate its effect and pull a card out. You could also get Abyss Megalo back to your hand. Crazy stuff. You could get Nephthibus back to hand if you wanted and just go on for days. So this card not only has a lot of viability in water decks in general, but it's also reviving the slightly dead frog deck, so that's pretty cool too. But the fact that the effects that allow you to basically screw over your opponent, steal their cards, and manipulate your graveyard don't require detaching is even more broken. And that's it for this video, guys. If you want to see my next video where I talk about the red eye support we're getting in Invasion of Venom, which is partially the reason why I can't make one giant video because there's just so many damn cards. If you want to see that video, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @Schwabs or like my Facebook page to see when I post the video. And don't forget to click subscribe because it's free, it's fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.